We begin with Commitment 2022. Governor Henry McMaster and his Democratic challenger, Joe Cunningham, squared off in the first and only debate in the race for South Carolina governor.
Our Taggart Houck is following this, and he joins us in studio tonight with a recap. Tag?
Carol and Nigel, the debate touched on topics including abortion to teacher pay to marijuana. Both candidates saying their vision is the best for the state.
If necessary, I will allow for a
South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster and Democratic challenger Joe Cunningham making a pitch to voters less than 2 weeks from Election Day.
We've cut income taxes for the first time. We've had record capital investment. We've paid teachers more. We're paying law enforcement officers more. And we are going to continue doing that.
I'm running for governor to expand freedom in South Carolina, not restrict it.
The two were asked about abortion law as the state Supreme Court decides the constitutionality of the state's current 6-week ban with exceptions.
I think it was fine the way before under Roe v. Wade. And quite pointedly, I trust women. I trust women to make their own health care decisions.
That is 6 months that Roe allowed abortions for any reason or no reason at all. That is the radical position.
On the economy, McMaster touted record investment and a decrease in the state income tax.
The income tax rates in South Carolina have never been cut before. We cut them this time from 7%, and it's going to go down to 6%.
With all due respect to Governor McMaster, he's had over 40 years in politics to eliminate it.
Cunningham said he'd like to legalize marijuana and sports betting.
This may be news to Governor McMaster, but this is already going on anyways. You know, people are using marijuana anyways. It's about, if it's going on anyways, the state might as well regulate it, tax it, make some money off it, and give that money to our teachers or fix our roads.
While McMaster left the door open on medical marijuana,
there may be some movement there because there are people that cannot get relief anywhere else.
He shut down sports betting and recreational marijuana.
That's gambling. A lot of people are opposed to it. And recreational marijuana, those are not the answers to the problems in South Carolina. Far from it. And I would just, on that issue, I would echo Congressman Clyburn when he said, and I quote, "You need to grow up, Joe."
The two were also asked about the possibility of a gay marriage reversal from the Supreme Court, putting that decision back into the hands of states.
In our Constitution, it is not allowed, and under our state law, it is not allowed. I would follow state law, whatever the state law is. But maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I think that marriage ought to be between a man and a woman. Just like I think that boys ought to play in boys' sports and girls ought to play in girls' sports.
It's 2022, and Governor McMaster wants to ban same-sex marriage. You just heard that tonight, folks. We're running a campaign of new ideas versus his campaign of no ideas.
But we're doing well. I listened to Congressman Cunningham, and it sounds like the state's falling apart. If so, why are we booming?
Both also talked about their desire to increase teacher pay. We have more of this debate on WYFF4.com. Carol.